The following podcast is a Dear Media production.
Welcome back to Probably a Podcast. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, do you notice that I'm wearing the most iconic shirt you've ever seen in your life? If you're listening to this and not watching this, I'm wearing my tour merch shirt, which is the softest, cutest thing ever, and it's literally like the most pretty baby blue color because obviously like it's me, so I want to be in blue. And we got this mayonnaise that looks a lot like my favorite mayonnaise, and it says Probably a Live show on it, and it's got the tour dates, and it says the first ever, and then the back has all of the cities that I went to. If you came to any of my shows, literally any of them that are listed on the back of this, then you can get a tour merch shirt. We are exclusively selling these shirts at the shows, basically because we want to make sure that everyone in person that comes to a show can get their hands on them. So the Greenville shows, the Columbia shows, and the Nashville show that's coming up this weekend. Shouts out to the Nashville show. I'm so glad it's here. Okay. What a journey to get there. But yeah, we're selling them in person, but whatever's left over from those shows will be sold online. So if you came to any of these shows in any of these cities, I know some people came to 2 of these shows and you want one of these, it's no Era tourist merch, but it's amazing. It's not better. Damn it. But it's like really fucking cool. And who doesn't want this? And it's sick and I love it. And they'll be available online. So head to the link in my bio or the link at the bottom of this video and let's get into it. Welcome back to Probably a Podcast live from Greenville. Wow, I'm so happy to be here, Greenville. We're staying at the Grand Bohemian Lodge. Oh my gosh, it's really actually kind of crazy. I can't believe this is in Greenville. This shit's nice as fuck. Like, Greenville has absolutely decided to just pop their pussy lately. Greenville, South Carolina. I'm a South Carolinian myself, of course. So like, this is just really crazy for me to see because I actually went to college nearby. I went to college in Spartanburg at USC Upstate, and USC Upstate and Greenville are so close. So we used to come up here to like go out and to like do random stuff, but the desire was never like, we've got to get to Greenville. Like, they didn't have anything. You know what I mean? They really didn't when I went to school here. So to come here and just see it like absolutely pop the fuck off is wild. It's like so amazing. I think I got messages saying that Greenville falls under like one of the top 10 places that like young people are moving to. So congrats, Greenville. Congrats. This is incredible. So I've had my show last night, which we will talk about because gee willikers. We'll get back to that. Okay. Courtney's already laughing. All right. Anyways, I have another show tonight here in Greenville and then I go to Columbia, but I said this to the people of Greenville, yesterday at the show, and it's true. I'm going to say, Greenville, you get a lot of like legacy points for me. You get a lot of aura points. That's right. I can like hang with the Gen Zers. You get a lot of aura points because you guys are the birthplace of Duke's mayonnaise. Okay. That's fucking legendary status. You guys are immediately Hall of Famers for that one. Okay. 1917 Duke's mayonnaise was brought to existence here in Greenville, South Carolina. Like, of course it was. Okay. But something that I really just like want you guys to stop doing if you live in Greenville, South Carolina, y'all's catchphrase, yeah, that Greenville, hashtag, yeah, that Greenville. Like, y'all really thought y'all ate with that one. And we need to be honest with each other. That's fucking lame as shit. Okay. Like, it's not, it's not good. Oh my gosh. I got this cough, dude. It won't go away. It's crazy. I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial. I have this horrible cough, but I swear to God, I'm not sick. I know. When people say that shit to me, this is like my least favorite thing. This is my least favorite trope, okay? I'm taking a page out of the Toast playbook when they say like my least favorite tryst or trope. This is my least favorite trope. When someone goes like, sounds nasally as fuck, sniffly as fuck, has a wet ass fucking cough, and they go like this. They go, oh my God, by the way, I'm totally not sick. It's just allergies. It's like, okay, first of all, allergies can be contagious, and also get the fuck away from me. Like a sinus infection is contagious, okay? And then when you have people like me, they're like, I've got this cough, like phlegm just slapping the back of my throat when I'm coughing. It's so gross. Like, you know, the cough that's like a wet cough that when you hear someone do it, you're like, ew. And also, go spit. Like, nasty, you're nasty. I have that cough right now, but I swear I have not one time. It happened in the Hamptons. Shocker. It happened, and I have not felt sick one time since I've had this cough, but it's just been this like all consuming chest congestion that really won't let up. And then I'm skipping ahead. I'll go in chronological order of like the things that I've done recently. But like, I will say I went to London, and 3 of James' girlfriends, 3 of them, and I went on a beach trip with them. They all had the same cough because I was already like working through my mind. I'm like, fuck, I got to stay in the same house as these girls. Like, I love them. I want them to like me back. Like, I'm like really starting to get to know his girlfriends like on a, like another level, you know, and these are all of like his guy friends' girlfriends, and they're literally so cool, so fun, so nice. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, I genuinely want them to love me, and not just in like a, oh, this is convenient because like it's nice, it's James's friends, his girlfriends and wives. Like, no, I like on a personal level want them to like me. Okay, I love them. And so I'm like, fuck, how am I gonna do this? How am I gonna explain to them that I'm like staying in a house with them, riding in a car with them for 2 hours, and I'm just hacking my lungs up? Like, how am I gonna do this? And I get in the car and I'm like, okay, what do I do? What do I say? And I'm like, so I like have this, and I'm about to give my spiel. They literally stopped me. They're like, oh, you're good. We all have this cough right now. And I was like, you do? You do? They're like, yeah, we all have this cough. We can't figure it out. They're like, Jess is on an antibiotic, and we're all waiting to see if that helps her, so that if it doesn't help her, we don't have to take the antibiotic. I'm like, I love this. So anyways, I reach out to Jess after like a week when I knew she'd probably been on the antibiotic for like a week. I'm like, Jess, did that antibiotic work? She's like, no, it didn't. And I was like, see, I swear we're not sick. She's like, it didn't. Like, I have this like deep rooted like chest congestion. And she was like, the doctor said the antibiotic didn't work. So she gave me an inhaler, and I've just been using the inhaler. And I was like, I've been taking Mucinex, which they literally do not sell in the UK, by the way. Like, those shit that America, which is going to be a common theme of this podcast, the shit that America sells over the counter, they couldn't even dream of having it in the UK. But anyways, she was like, I have an inhaler. Maybe you could get an inhaler. I'm like, man, Jess, I can't be walking around with an inhaler. It's bad for the brand, okay? And also, she's like this like gorgeous like hot blonde. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of like a quirky thing if you have an inhaler. If I have an inhaler, I look like fucking Chucky from the Rugrats. All right, I can't be doing that. So we're just biding our time. James's mom, she was really sweet. She was like trying to help me get some like, I was just like, it's way worse in the morning, so I was just like hacking a lung up in the morning, and then it's fine throughout the day, and then kind of sucks again at night. Anyways, James's mom was like just being sweet. She's like, we got to get you some medicine. Like, we've got to figure this out. And I was like, I know. I was like, but here's the thing, Marcia. Like, I'm not sick, so I don't know what medicine I need. Maybe like a chest decongestion if y'all have that. She's like, oh no, I know you're not sick. She's like, this cough is going around. I'm like, I know. 3 of James' friends have it. Like, all the 3 girls I was just with, we all have the same cough. We sound insane together in this house. And she was like, yeah, they're calling it. She was like, Mark has it too. They're calling it the 100-day cough. And I was like, the 100-day cough? Oh no, girl, don't be manifesting no 100-day cough for me. No, 100-day cough, I'll be at my wedding in 100 days. Within 100 days, I'll be at my wedding. What am I looking like? I'm Hawk Twin down the aisle. I can't be doing that. I can't be doing that, y'all. I'll spit on that thing, but I don't want it to be a loogie. That's gross. That's gross. I'm sorry. Yeah, but anyways, I just like really want this cough to go away. So anyways, if you hear me cough during the podcast, Courtney can edit it out if she so pleases, but also might just leave it in there for a little zest, a little pizzazz. So anyways, I have felt fine, which is the silver lining about all of this. Oh my God, a lizard. Greenville, you're just full of nature. Look at his little red beard poking out. You're kind of scary. Cute. We're staying at the Grand Bohemian Hotel. Like I said, it's so nice. And it's like looks out into the, I think it's called the Grand Falls, Great Falls. What was it called? Anyways, it's a hell of a little waterfall. I'm like, what is the fall? Waterfall. It's really nice. It's got a bunch of stones, super cool, and now lizards. So there you go. There you have it. Okay, so we get to Greenville yesterday. The drive to Greenville from Nashville was so easy. It's like an hour. It's an extra hour and 45 minutes to my parents' house. So this was only like 5 hours and 15 minutes to get here, which was breezy, easy breezy. So anyways, we get here. And on the way here, now let me talk to you about, guys, like the IT crash of it all. So I'll explain the trip across the pond when I get there. But basically, we ended up saying we knew that it was going to be a quick turnaround for us being in London, being in Italy and seeing all this stuff. And then us coming back for my shows, obviously, because we had to leave on Tuesday. Well, I was supposed to leave on Monday to like, have a day to relax, stay at my parents' house. Yeah, that didn't work out because the IT crash of it all, which is crazy. It's really crazy when that happened. Like, everyone's flights were fucked. Everyone like got delayed. And so then when we were trying to get on flights, they were all sold out because people that couldn't get on their flights, a few days before were all trying to get on these flights. It was just a mess. We ended up having to stay in the UK 3 days longer than we meant to. And I'm texting Courtney like, I swear I'm trying to get home. She's like, dude, I'm not home. I'm trying to get home too from Europe. I'm like, shit. So we had to deal with that, which actually I saw this video on Instagram, which was so interesting to me. So apparently, like, it was some Indian airline. I need to look up the name. It was an airline in India. And when the IT crash happened, they pulled out all of these whiteboards and they just started like writing like I guess like gate numbers and flight numbers, because the IT crash like shut all the computers down. They're writing it all out, scribbling on whiteboards and holding it up, and everyone was like finding it and then going about their way. I said, that's so funny. Like in America, they were like, computers are down. Unfortunately, nobody can fly today. Like the airplanes weren't down. The air traffic control wasn't down. It was just the computers at the airport. And it's so nuts that like America was like, Apple ID is not working. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to shut this operation down. Like what? Like I don't know. I'm like, fuck yeah, India. You go with your writing it out and getting it done and getting on your plane and making it work. Like Americans, we give up a little too quickly, I'd say. All right, warmer, sunnier days are calling. If you're in Tennessee, then they are very, very warmer days. Anyways, I am fueling up for them with Factor's no prep, no mess meal. Now, I love Factor because sometimes I'm lazy, okay? I'm lazy, but I still insist that I just have like the most delicious, scrumptious, healthy meals made. But like being lazy and having those don't go like hand in hand unless you use Factor, okay? Because they are your wellness goals in time for summer. And I know we're kind of tearing off summer, but like it's just still warm for a while, okay? So thanks to the menu of chef-crafted meals with options like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, Factor's fresh, never frozen, love that about them, never frozen, meals are dietitian approved and ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Seriously, like how quick is that? That is Shannon approved. So no matter how busy you are, you will always have time to enjoy nutritious, great tasting meals. And that's the thing about Factor meals. They really are so nutritious. I get full off of them and it's not a ton of food. So first I was like, is this really gonna like make me full? But because it's such good ingredients and nutritious food, you really do get fuller and stay full for longer. So make today the day that you kickstart a new healthy routine. All right, what are you waiting for? They got 35 different meals and more than 60 add-ons to choose from every week. So you'll always have new flavors to explore. You won't get like bored of the same thing. Some of these like meal companies, they just have the same thing over and over. Not Factor. They have so many options. And you can crush your wellness goals with dietitian-approved meals and ingredients that you can trust, which is great because when you're having something delivered straight to your door, which is really convenient, you want to make sure the ingredients are still something that you can trust. So from breakfast to dessert, stay fueled with easy, nutritious options. Treat yourself to restaurant-quality meals. Now, that's the part I love about it. I literally feel like I just got takeout from a restaurant, but it's even better because it features premium ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, blackened salmon, just so delicious. And keep kitchen time to a minimum like I'm trying to do because Factor meals are ready, like I said, in 2 minutes. No shopping, prepping, chopping, cooking, or cleaning up. I love that. Enjoy effortless support for your lifestyle. Choose from 6 menu preferences to help you manage calories, maximize protein intake, okay? Got to get that protein up. You know that I live with James Middleton, so like I'm always worried about my protein intake, okay? And if you want to avoid meat, you can also do that, or just simply eat well-balanced meals. So head to factormeals.com/probably50 and use code probably50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month. That's code probably50 at factormeals.com/probably50 to get 50% off your first box plus 20% off your next month while your subscription is active. Anyways, yeah, that whole IT crash really had us there for a while. So all that to be said, I got home on Sunday night. Our flight was, we had to take whatever flight we could get. Shouts out JetBlue, actually. JetBlue was a lovely experience. Lovely flight attendants, lovely business class that was so cheap, like so cheap. And we only even bought business class because all of economy and I think they only had 2 sections. So it was like economy and business class. Now, when you fly back from the UK, not that I'm not bougie and don't love to fly business, but James and I usually try to like save a little money on our flight back because it's not overnight. I really like a lay down bed for the flight there. I'm not gifted with Courtney's ability to just fall asleep literally whenever and wherever. I don't have narcolepsy. So I really like a lay down bed. We'll splurge on those tickets. But the way back were really easy. We're like, it's a day flight. Like, but we don't care. Like we might take a little snoozy nap, but like we don't need to like lay down and go to sleep and get into like REM sleep or anything. So anyways, the only 2 tickets left on this flight was the only flight were business class. I was like, okay, this is like really affordable business class. So I'm assuming in my head, like it's going to be shit then. And I don't know. I just feel like everyone talks shit about JetBlue, whatever. Ooh, let's talk about, okay, I'll get there. But like Southwest, shouts out Southwest, giving seat assignments. Okay, anyway, so we get on this JetBlue flight. It is literally the nicest plane ever. The flight attendant's so nice. It is such a luxe experience. Like, I can't even express to you guys how literally lovely everything was. The planes were newer than the British Airlines, the Delta planes, all these things. They had like the newer iPhone plugs. Like it was really, really incredible. And for the price, I just couldn't even believe it. Now, the only downside was because it was the only flight that was available, we did have to fly from London, at like ass crack it on. Like we woke up at 4 a.m. in London. We had to fly at 6 a.m. We flew from London to JFK to Atlanta to Nashville. And then one of the flights was delayed, and then we missed our connection. So then we had to sit in the JetBlue terminal. I will throw a little bit of shade there. The JetBlue terminal in JFK was absolutely diabolical. There was literally nothing in there. It was crazy. But we just chilled there for 5 hours. Wasn't the end of the world. And then we got home. We got home late on Sunday. By the time it was all done, James was like, we could have literally flown to Australia for the amount of time this took us. I'm like, damn. But we were home. We were grateful. We were happy. Everything was good except for I don't believe in jet lag. I swear I say it's like a mental thing. Like you can get past it. Just like keep on trucking. Go to sleep when you're supposed to sleep at this time. Like figure it out. Like don't get in your head about it and be like, but it's 4 o'clock in London, 4 in the morning, but it's 7 a.m. Look, when you do that, you're fucked. Like just get right back into your routine. Try to stay awake as late as you can in America to go to sleep at like 9:30. He and I were able to stay awake till like 9:30, went to bed. But what did we do? We woke up at 4:13. Like our body clocks had been on UK for, I think we were there for like 10 days. So it's just enough time for you to really lock in. So they say it's like 1 day per hour in the time difference that it takes you to like lock in. So we were there for 10 days. There's a 7-hour time difference. We were pretty locked in. So we woke up at 4:30 in the morning on Monday. I'm like, shit. I'm like, I can't go to Greenville today. I need to go to Greenville tomorrow, and we'll just drive there, straight there, and the show's not till 8 p.m., so it'll be fine. So we drove to Greenville, and I tell Courtney, because we were getting tired around like 7:38, of course, because that's like, 1 in the morning in UK. I don't believe in jet lag, though. I don't believe in jet lag, so I'm telling Courtney, like, I'll drive. And I really was fine to drive in the morning. I drove the whole way. It was a nice and easy drive, and Courtney was getting a bunch of work done. So we did that, and we stopped at Buc-ee's because of course we did, because it was on the way, and they only fucking put 87,000 billboards in your face. They're like, Buc-ee's, 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 girl dinner, beaver nuggets, boy dinner, jerky, who wants a pecan pie, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, you got me. I'll stop at Buc-ee's, okay? So we stop at Buc-ee's. I'm pumping gas. We also obviously needed gas. We got some Bojangles. I introduced Courtney to Bojangles. She's never had Bojangles before. Are you absolutely fucking out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? She also lives in an area of town. There's not really that many in Nashville. She lives in an area where there are Bojangles aplenty. So really, that's a very privileged outlook, okay? And so for you to not take advantage of that, Courtney, how dare you? How dare you? She loved Bojangles, as I knew she would, as any red-blooded American or red-blooded human would love. Bojangles is just so fucking good. Anyway, so we get Bojangles, we eat a hearty meal, and then we get to Greenville. We check into the Grand Bohemian Hotel, but on the way, when we stopped at Buc-ee's, she was inside being so kind and sweet, as I always pumping gas. She's like, do you want anything? And I says to myself, you know what? Could you grab me a yellow Red Bull? Now I'm going to break this down for you guys. Caffeine and me, handshake emoji. I love caffeine. You guys know I've told you I've recreationally taken Adderall in my lifetime. Now that is doozy, but like also I'm someone that could take Adderall recreationally. Now should I? And do all my friends want to fucking kill me when I do it? Yes. So like I don't do it, ever anymore. But like, back in college and back in my early partying days, like I'd pop a little, that's my friends always called me such pansies because they're like, you literally take a 5 milligram Adderall. I'm like, yeah, but it gives me just a little boost. Anyways. Those days are long gone. Sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I'll still be party rocking. But basically, other than my misusage of what's the word when you misuse something casually? Recreational. Other than my occasional recreational use of Adderall, the 5 milligrams kind, basically, I'm no stranger to caffeine. I wake up every morning. Coffee is like a ritual to me. Coffee, obviously, I love the way it makes me feel, but I love waking up. I love making my coffee with my espresso machine. I love another alternative, going to Starbucks with Taylor. I love the ritualness of it. I always get hot coffee. I'm one of those weird girls. I will never get a cold iced coffee unless it's like midday, which I don't tend to drink coffee midday because I would just stay awake all night. But I will never, it's July right now. I will always order hot coffee. People are like, how are you drinking that? It's literally already 80 degrees this morning. I'm like, because it's the morning and I need my hot, soothing cup of coffee, especially with this whole throat thing. It's been really nice. But I just need you guys to know I can fucking handle my caffeine, okay? I'll get an extra shot. I'm fine. Yes, do I talk a lot? Sure. But like other than that, body-wise, I'm fine. Something else I dabble in that I really love. And this is if I just like really need to like really wake up, right? Yellow Red Bull. Why do I like a yellow Red Bull? Because they're the most delicious flavor. But will I dabble in a sugar-free Red Bull or other regular Red Bull? Sure. And when I drink a Red Bull, I sip on it. Like I have Red Bulls on a road trip. Sometimes if I'm really feeling crazy, I'll chug it. I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem. Have I thought before, woo, that Red Bull hit? Sure. But that's about it. that was the goal anyways. So great. So wonderful. So I says to Courtney, sweet, precious Courtney, I had to put a disclaimer. None of this is Courtney's fault. Okay. But Courtney is a large part of the story. So Courtney stops at Buc-ee's. She's like, I tell her, maybe, yeah, will you grab me a yellow Red Bull? She says, yeah. She gets there. She calls me from the car. She's like, hey, they don't have yellow Red Bull. Do you want like a sugar-free one? I said, yeah, I'll do sugar-free. Also, I thought to myself, Buc-ee's, you sell literally homes. Like, you sell everything. You don't have a yellow Red Bull. It's weird. But I was like, yeah, I'll do the sugar-free one. And then she was like, oh, there's also Celsius. Do you want a Celsius? I said, I never had one before. She goes, me either. I said, you never had a Celsius? She goes, no. I said, oh, people love them. She goes, yeah, people, that's all I see. I'll tell you something. I'm gonna also give a disclaimer. If Celsius is listening to this, I'm sure you're not. If you are, you could find your way back to me. Maybe we can find our way back to somewhere, but right now, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. And I know what I'm doing to myself because I'm an influencer and I understand that the Hampton Surf Lodge, sponsored by Celsius. Fucking trips to Saint-Tropez. Oh, you want to go? Sponsored by Celsius. I understand that you guys are the powerhouse. I know that I'm about to take down like a real, like Big Pharma. Yeah. Never heard of her. Big Celsius. That's the power player in our world. And I know that, but I have to share my truth. She says, get a Celsius. You guys have done incredible work. You've done incredible work with your branding. I says to myself, how have I never had a Celsius? Courtney says to herself, I don't know. I can't believe I've never had one either. Let's get one. So she says, what flavor do you want? We start going down. Well, by the way, this phone call did take a long time. I was like, I don't know what flavors are there. She's like, I don't know what any of these mean. There's buzzy, fizzy, fucking guava kiwi. I was like, something tropical. She finally lands on one. She's like, peach mango. I was like, oh, that sounds good. She's like, or pineapple fizzy dick fuzzy. I'm like, yeah, that one sounds good. She gets to the car. She's like, oh, this is the best and worst thing that could have ever happened. Because I don't wish this on Courtney. I really don't. So I'm glad that this happened to me. She says, fun fact about Courtney, she doesn't like carbonated beverages. She doesn't like the fizz. She doesn't like the carbonation. Couldn't be me. I love a bubble, but she doesn't. So she says, I have these two flavors, but the peach mango one that you said you wanted is the uncarbonated one. And the other one, the pineapple fit fizz thing, is carbonated. I was like, oh, I'll take the pineapple one. I love pineapple. She's like, no, it doesn't matter. I was like, no, you have the peach mango. Now, the particular thing, I really should try to find it. All right. I know you guys can resonate with me on this one because, well, I just like feel like this is, I can't stand to sleep hot. All right. We keep the AC down so low, but still to no avail. I just run hot. Like I sleep hot. So have you ever found yourself tossing and turning at night? You're like unable to get comfortable because you're just like boiling. Okay. You got one leg under the blanket, one leg sticking out. You're still not finding the right balance. Well, Bowl & Branch is here to help you sleep never hot again. Okay. You will literally never sleep hot again with sheets that are woven to allow airflow and feel cool and crisp to the touch. And that is a fact, okay? Like tried and true. We have Bowl & Branch sheets and they truly are like crisp and cool to the touch. It's amazing. It's perfect for sleepers who run hot like myself. James definitely runs hot. So we're just like two hot people in bed together. And that's not as sexy as it sounds, okay? So we need Bowl & Branch because they have amazing options for hot sleepers. You can choose from 100% organic cotton, percale that is made with naturally cooling weave, or their linen, which is made from European flax to be light, airy, and softer than soft. I love the linen just like you love wearing linen when it's hot outside. You know, it's just a fantastic material. Now, Bowl & Branch comes in so many different color options, which I love. We personally have a king mattress, so we were able to choose from a ton of different options. But here's the thing. Bowl & Branch sheets are loved by millions of sleepers. Millions. Like, they genuinely have such a roster of reviews that it's just tried and true. Like, everyone is screaming from the rooftop, myself included, that they love Bowl & Branch. And Bowl & Branch sheets fit the deepest of mattresses. We have a topper on ours, so like sometimes sheets just don't fit right, but this one fits incredibly well. And get this, are you ready for this? They are labeled with a top and bottom tag. Okay. So like, I don't know if it sounds really easy, but like making your bed is so frustrating sometimes. And to just have like the ease of having the top and bottom tags really just sets your day off with a bang when you're able to make your bed a lot easier in the middle of the day or in the beginning of the day. So best of all, Bowl & Branch gives you a 30-night worry-free guarantee. Love that. With free shipping and returns on all U.S. orders. So get your coolest, most comfortable sleep with Bowl & Branch. You'll get 15% off plus free shipping on your first set of sheets when you use promo code PROBABLY at bowlandbranch.com. That's Bowl & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com. Promo code PROBABLY or 15% off plus free shipping. Exclusions apply. See site for details. Okay, I found it. The one that I drank was the Celsius Live Fit Tropical Vibe Sparkling Starfruit Pineapple Edition. Okay, basically exactly what I said. Pineapple, dizzy, fizzy, fuzzy, fuck dick. Okay. Sounded delicious to me. I'm not kidding. And by the way, from a taste perspective, 10 out of 10. Tasted delicious. Tasted delicious. This is the one I get. Okay. It says a refreshing combination of starfruit, pineapple is a perfect tropical vibe. This is all new Celsius flavor is exotic and sweet and the perfect fit for summer. Like all Celsius drinks, Tropical Vibe provides essential energy, has 0 sugar, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors, and has 7 essential vitamins. Now, I'd like to see the vitamins. I'd like to know about the vitamins. Those would be interesting to me. Basically, something that this has in here is like ginger, green tea extract, all this other stuff. It's got a lot of stuff, but this is what I need y'all to know. Mine said this, Courtney's did not. Mine says essential energy, accelerates metabolism, burns body fat. When I read that, I didn't give a fuck, okay? I didn't care. I wasn't buying a case of these, okay? I was just like, cool, yeah, I'm like, if it burns body fat and accelerates metabolism, sure, I don't fucking know. Doesn't every marketing shit say something like that these days? I don't care. I drink it. I don't just drink it. I hold on to it for a while. I don't drink it in the car. The best case motherfucking scenario is if I would have drank it in the car. But I said to me, I'm not going to drink this. I'm going to save it in case I get really tired at the show. So I'm not really tired at the show, by the way. I was just really bored because there was like a meet and greet at 5:30. The show wasn't until 8. My friends weren't showing up till 7:30 backstage because a couple of my friends were here in Greenville, and so they were going to come to the show backstage. And I was like going over my lines. I get really obsessed with going over my lines because I'm just like convinced. I have this like fucked up part of my brain that is convinced that when I get on stage, I'll forget literally everything. Now, I've done this show, this new set of show, which is just like a full like hour and 10 minutes of me talking. It's not like crowd. It's not like the old show, which was more of like a live podcast based show. This is like leans more towards stand up in the sense that it's just me up there talking the whole time, telling little jokey jokes. Okay. And the other time I had a little bit more chill time because I would like read confessions. I would get audience like questions and I would do all this stuff. Courtney would come on in a little bit and we would talk about whatever. So this is a lot more pressure because I have to memorize. It's like 22 pages of memorization. And I have it all memorized. I've done this show 3 times, Boston, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, off without a hitch, right? But something in my brain is still like, you don't have it memorized. And I'm like, yes, I do. Shut up. Who is that talking? So I will say I have a little bit of like panic around that, but it's not even panic. It's just like me obsessively reading my notes before. Okay. And I'm reading them. I'm so bored. I'm like, oh, I'll chug my Celsius. I post on Instagram. I've never had a Celsius before. I take it because I can't chug stuff from a can like that. So I take it, I pour the whole thing into like another separate cup. And I'm literally like, I chug it. I do it all within like, I don't know, 45 seconds. And then I make a joke. Like, it didn't even really hit me yet, but I make a joke like, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes later. I'm like, perfect. The 200 milligrams of caffeine, because that's how much caffeine's in it. But you guys, 200 milligrams of caffeine. I know that sounds insane, but that's 2 cups of coffee. A grande cappuccino from Starbucks has 150 milligrams of coffee in it. I looked it up this morning. So I have had more than a grande cappuccino from Starbucks before. Like, no problem. The caffeine was not the issue. I drink the drink. I make a joke. Oh, I can smell colors now. The 200 milligrams of caffeine hit. An hour passes. I'm just reading my lines, whatever. I start feeling kind of like, I don't know how to explain this. I don't know how to explain this because I'm going to say something to you guys. And I know y'all are going to be like, I want to fucking murder you for saying this, but this is my truth. I don't experience anxiety or panic or, anxiety or stress levels to the level that is like medical. Okay. I know a lot of people wake up every day and they experience anxiety or they have like this like looming feeling inside their chest. I do not experience that. I have friends who are on medication for it. They wake up. I try to understand. I'm like, so what do you feel like? They're like, you can't explain it. It's just like anxiety. It just like hits, like it's all consuming. The only thing that helps is medicine. I'm like, okay, well, thank God we have these medicines to help alter our brain chemistry. Some people can fix it with other things like exercise or whatever is your thing. I've always thought, gosh, I'm so lucky. I feel so lucky that I don't experience this like anxiety or like stress the way that some people do. So anyways, all that to be said, I'm not really sure like how I start feeling this way. I'm just like, I'm not feeling right. You know, I don't have the words to put it into, but if you experience anxiety or stress, then maybe you can like understand what I'm talking about. But I'm just sitting there and I'm just kind of like, this is weird. I'm just feeling antsy maybe. And then I'm like, maybe I haven't eaten enough. I need to go eat. So at these shows in the green room, we have like a bunch of like meat and cheese and fruit and vegetables and crackers. So I'm like, I need to go eat or something. So I get a water. I start drinking water. I'm like, I immediately do think maybe that Celsius didn't like hit right. And so I immediately start eating crackers. I'm eating a cracker. I literally feel like I need to gag. I'm like, gosh, this is weird. And then I'm like, within 10 minutes, I go from like, I feel funny to my knees weak, arms are sweating, mom's spaghetti. I'm like, oh my God, I don't like feel right. Like something's really wrong. Like I need to calm down, but I can't calm down. Courtney's working. Also, I'm not going to take Courtney away from her work and be like, I feel funny. I don't feel right. I'm anxious. And her be like, okay, can I help you? Like I'm working. So I'm like, okay, don't bother Courtney. Don't bother Courtney. I like call Taylor. She doesn't answer. I call James. He doesn't answer. I'm like, okay. I'm like, what do I need to do? I just need to like breathe. First of all, you just need to breathe, Shannon. Just breathe. Then I'm like, wow, I'm really panicking. Like for what? What am I even panicking over? This is so weird. And then I'm like, oh God, I really don't feel right. And then I'm like, I need to calm down. You need to calm down. Breathe. I get up. I walk around. I go to the bathroom. I'm like, breathe, take deep breaths. And then I'm like, what am I panicked over? I'm like, the show. And then I'm like, I need to see my friends. I'm texting my friends. Can you guys get here sooner? Like, can y'all come? I'm like, I just been up here too long. I don't know how to explain next what happened. The snowball effect of this to what I now understand is either, I don't know if they're conducive with the two. Or are they two different things, an anxiety attack or a panic attack? I think anxiety attack must be what I was having. I don't know. I go full-fledged, like, I am not okay, you guys. Like really, really not okay. And then my friends show up. Courtney walks in. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm so sorry. I really think that Celsius hit me in a really weird way. She's like, do you need a hug? I'm like, yes, no, I don't know what will help. Like, and I couldn't explain. She was like, what happened? I'm like, I can't explain to you why I feel this way, but I am so not okay. And I could not give you one reason I wasn't okay. I felt like the only thing I can equate it to was the way I felt, which I know I make a lot of jokes and I tell a lot of like funny stories about that time that I took way too much Molly in Ibiza. But like, that was actually a horrible time in my life where I was like absolutely on way too many illegal hard drugs. Okay. Like that was not good. And I felt like that. I felt like this, like all consuming, I'm not okay. I'm scared. Why do I feel this way? Now I'm feeling worse because I'm scared. And I kept wanting to Google, can you have an anxiety attack from a Celsius? But then I knew if I Googled that and it said like, yes, that I would spiral more. I'm freaking out. My friends walk in. I'm like, hey, I'm like trying to eat food. I'm drinking so much water. They're like, hi. I'm like, sorry. I just feel so weird. And they're like, yeah, are you okay? Like, these are like my friends that know me. Are you okay? I'm like, yeah. And here's the kicker. They brought two people that don't know me. I didn't have time to be embarrassed. Okay. I really didn't. Part of me kind of was like, this is so weird. They're going to think I'm so weird, because I also knew everyone that was working there that was seeing me be like, oh, I feel like I was like, oh, they're definitely going to think that I'm like, just like I have stage fright or something. And I'm like, no, it's not that. I swear. So my friends, one of their friends that I didn't know before I just met them that night is like, are you okay? What happened? I was like, sorry, y'all. I was like, I drank a Celsius. They go, ooh. And I go, what? They're like, have you ever had a Celsius before? I'm like, no. Why? That same interaction, that I drank a Celsius. Oh, ooh, that same interaction happened to me and Courtney. I would say no less than, what would you say, Courtney? 5 times that night. 5 times that night, I had to explain to people what was happening to me. And the second I said I drank a Celsius, they were like, ooh, I wouldn't have done that. Why do they sell them at the fucking gas station then? Why do they sell these? Celsius, answer for your crimes. What do you mean? Everyone's reaction was, ooh, you drank a Celsius? Have you ever had one of those? Do you have experience with that? Why was that everyone's response? I know that would seem like that would freak me out more. It didn't freak me out more. It helped me. It like confirmed that I was having a fucking panic attack from the Celsius, and then it just hit me so wrong. I started drinking water. They're like, just drink water, just relax. I'm like, yeah. All of a sudden my hearing goes. Like, I don't hear what they're saying anymore. I go like my vision. I'm like, oh my God, but I'm sitting down. So I don't feel like I'm going to pass out, but like my neck gets hot. I'm profusely sweating. It is, just for the record, 7:48. I go on stage at 8 p.m. 7:48. I'm like, my hearing goes, my vision gets blurry. I'm like, I'm going to pass out. And then I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm literally sitting down. And then I'm like, they're talking to me and they're like, yeah, in the Grand Bohemian. I think I just remember hearing Grand Bohemian. And so not. And I was like, sorry. I jolt up. I go profusely start vomiting in the trash can. Like, just cannot stop throwing up. I'm still like me, because I'm just a funny girl. I'm like looking at them like, sorry, this is not a vibe. And they're like, no, like, are you okay? And I was like, I had so much liquid in my stomach too. It was a pretty dramatic barf. Okay. Like, it was a lot of liquid going out. And then I came back and they're like, do you feel better? And I was like, yeah, I think no, I don't feel better. I think that might have just actually activated something in the Celsius. Like, I do not feel better. They're just like, oh my gosh, I panic. I pick up the phone. I FaceTime Anna Grace. I'm like, she answers and she's like, are you okay? I'm like, guys, also I'm in full glam. Like, people were still asking if I was okay, and I literally looked better than ever, and like that's how unwell I looked. I'm like, no, Anna Grace, sweet Anna Grace, I'm praying to God as if God gives a fuck about a Celsius. I'm literally like, I'll never drink it again. I swear to God, I'll never drink it again. And he's like, how about you lay off the fucking meth, bitch? But like, I was doing everything. I was praying to my Mimi. I was begging. I was pleading. Anna Grace starts doing virtual Reiki on me, which is the nicest fucking thing ever. She says, I called her this morning and she's like, I did not obviously want to tell you this whenever, you know, we were on the phone, but she was like, when I tapped into your energy, so Reiki is like tapping into someone's energy and like helping to release or bring new positive flows. I could have really fucked that up, but I think that's like what Reiki is kind of. Google it if you want to. Anna Grace is really good at Reiki. And she was like, when I tapped into your energy to like help, she goes, I broke out in a full sweat and my heart started beating so fast. And I was on FaceTime with you in another state in Florida. And that's how much I physically felt your energy. And I was like, oh no. She was like, I thought to myself, a bitch is down bad. A bitch is down bad. And I want to be honest with you. I told Anna Grace too. I'm sure the Reiki helped like eventually, but I really like did not. I just kept throwing up. Like, now it's 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is coming on. My friends are like, we'll see you upstairs. I'm like, 8 o'clock is coming on. We've already asked the people, like, can you push it? She's just like really ill. She's throwing up. Everyone's probably thinking like, we literally saw her. She was fine this entire time in the green room. This is so weird. And Anna Grace, Mary Carla, who? Sorry, Courtney literally brings me, she's like, well, let's walk downstairs. You need to like get some like cooler air. It's hot up here. I'm like, okay, I go downstairs. She's fanning me. I'm like still gagging. I'm like about to start crying. Like, I'm not okay. I already actually have started crying a little bit. We start talking options. I'm like, what do we do? What do we do? I cannot go on stage. It's 8:10. It's 8:15. She's like, I'm like, do we cancel the show? I'm like, I can't cancel the show. What am I going to say? Everyone's upstairs seated. They've been waiting for 15 minutes. What am I going to say? I drank an energy drink. No feel good on my tum-tum. Like, what the fuck am I going to say? Yeah. Sorry, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming out here on a Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Thanks for buying merch, for drinking. Shannon's actually not performing. Yes, I guess you could have said I was throwing up, but like, I just like was like, I fucking cannot cancel the show. And maybe like the Nashville cancel was in my brain. I was like, I can't do it. And Courtney's like, agreed, but you're not okay. And I was like, I know. Okay, you know that feeling when you discover like a new binge-worthy show or a song that you just like bump into on repeat that you're obsessed with, and you're like, I literally have to share this with everyone. Everyone has to be listening to this. Everyone has to be watching this. I need them to experience just how awesome this is. Okay, that's kind of what it feels like when you discover that Mint Mobile offers premium wireless for $15 a month when you purchase a 3-month plan. Like, hear that one more time. $15 a month. I can tell you my previous phone plans were astronomically more than that, okay? It's such an awesome deal. There's no way that I can keep it to myself, okay? Like, $15 a month, I don't really know. I'm not sure that was even the price in the 90s, okay? Like, this is just, Mint Mobile has absolutely crushed the game with this. I'm so upset that I didn't find it sooner. And listen, friends don't let friends overpay for wireless. All right, so say goodbye to your overpriced wireless plan like I was using before and switch to Mint Mobile. Now, Mint Mobile is here to rescue you and your squad with premium wireless. Like I said, starting at just $15 a month, but all plans, here's the kicker. They come with high-speed data. All right. Unlimited talk and text delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. So I know what you're thinking. What's the catch? What's the catch? No. You are on the nation's largest 5G network, and you can use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. That was a big deal breaker for me because I love my phone number. I have all my contacts. I did not want to shift that. I did not want to buy a new phone. You know, all of these clauses that a lot of these phone plans make you do. No, Mint Mobile said, keep your phone, keep your contacts, keep your number. Just switch to $15 a month with Mint Mobile. It's amazing. So ditch your overpriced wireless with Mint Mobile's deal and get 3 months of premium wireless for just $15 a month. So to get this new, awesome, amazing new customer offer and your new 3-month premium wireless plan for just $15 a month, go to mintmobile.com/probably. That's mintmobile.com/probably. Cut your wireless bill to $15 a month at mintmobile.com/probably. Now it's $45 upfront payment required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customers on first 3-month plan only. Speed slower than above 40 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Additional taxes, fees, and restrictions apply. See Mint Mobile for details. The sweet angel of a waitress came over to me. So nice. She was like, you know, things are important to other people that aren't maybe as important to us, but this clearly was very important to her. She came over and she was like, hi. She was like, I heard you're not feeling well. And I was like, like sweating, draining, like crying, like freaking out. I'm like, She's like, this is my Pikachu. It was like a keychain Pikachu. And she's like, I think you should hold this and it'll make you feel better and it'll bring you comfort. And I know that makes me sound mean, but like, I'm telling you, any other time I probably would have been a bit skeptical that a keychain Pikachu would have really brought me out of this huge panic attack. It didn't bring me out of the panic attack, by the way, like it didn't. But when she handed me that keychain, I looked at her, I looked at the keychain, started bawling. That is when Courtney's like, maybe we do need to cancel the show. Maybe we should start working through some ideas of like postponing, canceling the show. And I have another show literally tonight in Greenville, by the way. So like I was just too mortified at the idea. I was like, we can't, what do we do? Courtney, this is why she has her job. This is why she is fucking incredible in these moments. It's exactly what I needed to hear. She's like, look, you go on stage, you do what you do right here with your podcast. You chat with him, you talk with him. You don't go do your hour and 15 of memorized script. Like you don't need to do your jokes. Do what you do and just talk to people. Walk on stage, tell them what happened. Bring your note card. Say this is the podcast. Say, do you want to talk about my marriage? Do you want to talk about anything? I'll give you guys the inside scoop. What do you want to know? Like do anything that's just casual. People can ask you questions. I'll look up some truth or drinks. Like just be casual. She's like, people paid for this show. Like they just want you out there just talking to them. And I was like, that brought me down to earth. Like I can do that. I also was just literally like, because I knew it was a Celsius, I was like, what is the alternative? I go sit in my hotel room. I feel fine in probably 2 hours. And then I'm like, I can't believe I canceled my whole show. I'm so embarrassed. Like I literally was like, I'm not doing that. I'd rather go on stage, puke in front of them and then be like, see, sorry, I got to go. Than like, just be like, sorry, Shannon can't come to the stage right now. So I'm like, all right, here we go. I'm just, all right, fuck the whole show I had planned. We're just going to walk on stage. So I go on stage and wipe my Pikachu tears. And I take my heels off. I put flip-flops on. Like I had the cutest outfit prepared. And I was just like, whatever. I go on stage about 5 minutes after explaining everything that happened to them, being like, oh my God, this was the craziest thing. I do start calming down a little bit. I do start feeling grounded. And then honestly, the idea of having to come up with a bunch of questions and like, ask me this or do this, or maybe we can chat about this, that stressed me out more. And the side of my brain that was like, you already have your whole show memorized just came out. And so then I was like, all right, guys, well, this is what I had planned for the night. And then I just ended up doing the whole show, which was great. And it was lovely. And woohoo, we did it. The show lasted a lot longer, obviously, because I had a bunch more added in there and it started late. But Greenville night 1, wow. G Willikers, thank you so much for just sticking with me. And then like really when I was coming down from it all, my friends came backstage after and they were like, yeah, you had a full on panic. Like that's a panic attack. That's an anxiety attack. That's like what you had. Like I didn't throw up because I felt nauseous. I didn't throw up because I felt sick. I literally threw up because the ball inside of my stomach was just turned so tight that my whole body was just literally like you physically have to throw up. It was crazy. Like, I can't even believe that's what anxiety feels like. Like, if you wake up every morning, I was telling Courtney, I was like, people live with this? People live with this. I gotta run a 5K. I gotta run a 5K for them. Okay? I gotta sell t-shirts or something for them. If you have anxiety, I am your new advocate. If you work for Celsius, I am now preying on your downfall. Okay? Not you personally, but like, literally, what the fuck? So I go on TikTok today, right? I go on TikTok. I type in Celsius anxiety attack. Girl, no, you can type it in too. This is not me, I'm not defaming. I'm not spreading false information. That's there. I'm just telling you what I saw on TikTok. Everything is just people in hospital beds. You type in Celsius panic attack, Celsius like reaction. Everybody's just TikToking from their hospital bed. I'm like, oh my God. I also was talking to Taylor about it. I'm like, at least something like this didn't happen like before my wedding. She's like, I'd actually argue I was like, at least like worst case scenario, like didn't happen. Like at least it was just a show and I didn't have to like, this didn't happen on my wedding day or something. She was like, Shannon, I actually beg to differ because like if it was your wedding day, you'd be around everyone that knows you and loves you and is like your closest, deepest friends that you feel very connected and like close to, that like have seen you for everything that you are and will be. And then like all you have to do is just like enjoy the moment and smile. And like, yes, it's a very important day of your life, but like I would argue that going and sitting in front of 300 strangers and then having to like regurgitate an hour and 20 minutes of memorized content, that's way worse. And I was like, yeah, you know what? That was way worse. You're right. Worst case scenario happened. So I'll literally never drink one of those again. I didn't have a coffee this morning because I was just so stressed about the idea of caffeine. Like I was just literally so fucking stressed. Anyways, that's my story. I cannot believe I've been talking for 40 minutes. How did we do that? How did I get here? Like, I literally don't know how I do it. I'm shook right now. I thought this was going to be a 15-minute story. Are you guys still listening? Are you still there? Are you still listening to this? This podcast episode was supposed to be about my marriage announcement, but never mind. I'm going to do that in another one. So, yeah, let's talk about what we've been up to lately. So basically, I'll never fucking drink another Celsius again. Again, Celsius, if you want to crawl your way back to me, we could talk about proper Celsius usage. I want you guys to reprint your cans. I want you to reprint your cans, and I want you guys to be more upfront about what these things do. I actually have a prediction. I predict that Celsius is going to have to redo their formula the way that Four Loko did. Remember when all of a sudden Four Loko was like, oh, sorry, our bad. We're going to take these off the shelves. This is meth and alcohol mixed together. And all of us in college were like, no, we love them. I didn't drink in college, but like all my friends were upset. And then actually, shouts out Spartanburg, South Carolina, there was a gas station, Circle K, that would sell, like in the back room, they would sell the old Formula 4 Locos because they had so many left. They hiked the price up and they would like fucking sell those bitches. It was crazy. It was crazy. The frat boys loved them. Yeah, but I predict that Celsius is going to really have to answer for their crimes. Because this is crazy. This is just crazy that you could ever feel that way. Oh, and then I have to tell you the most important part. So after everything happens, Courtney comes downstairs after my friends are like, you drink a Celsius, it has thermogenics. This is what my friend's new friend that I met was like, it has thermogenics in it. Which one did you take? I'm like reading her. I'm like, the tropical fuzzy dick pineapple one. She's like, ooh, yeah, that is definitely not one that you should do. She's like, basically, if you drink a Celsius, you need to immediately start to go be active and do something. I just sat there and like sat with my own thoughts and like reread my notes. And then I guess like a panic attack ensued. But she was like, you're supposed to just like immediately go do something. But like that one you drank is for working out. It's literally supposed to make you sweat more. Like it makes your body hot and it makes your heart rate go up so that you can like burn fat faster and your metabolism. I'm like, oh my God. Like literally I was thinking to myself, I dead ass had this thought. Why didn't I just do cocaine? I should have just done a hard drug. Why didn't I just do black tar heroin? Like, oh my God, this was so terrible. Anyways, she tells me all this. I'm like, oh my gosh, Celsius is crazy. Then it hits me. I'm like, Courtney drank a Celsius. Courtney comes downstairs. She told me this morning, she's like, when I saw you, I've never seen you look so not okay. Like you were immediately, I looked at you and I was like, you're not okay. But I looked at Courtney and I want to be honest, she's the most beautiful, stunning, sweet little, gorgeous girl. She was drenched in sweat. Like she literally looked like a wet rat. Like she had like a merch shirt on and her hair was up and she was like, hey, everything okay? You don't look okay. I'm like, you don't look okay. And then she starts listening to my friends talk about like Celsius, they have thermogenics, they're supposed to make you hot. Courtney's going, I'm so hot. I'm sweating. And I'm like, you are. You really are. We were both not okay. Also, Courtney only drank half. Courtney literally only drank half the Celsius. Thank God. Oh, smart. Anyways, yeah, that was my Celsius journey. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Oh, it's funny though. I called James that night. Obviously, I get to my hotel room. I'm calling him. I'm like debriefing everything. He's like, I tell him the whole story that literally just took me 42 minutes. Actually, somehow I did it in like 10 minutes on the phone with James. And he's like, right. So do you think any of that Celsius is still in your system? And I was like, no, thank God. I thank God that Celsius isn't still in my system. Like, thank fuck. And he was like, right. Let me know what time you end up going to sleep tonight. It hit me that like I was fully still on Celsius. Like actually, I think right now I might still be on Celsius. Now that I think about it, now that I think that story just took me 43 minutes to tell, I think I'm still on Celsius. Now that I think about it, I'm kind of a fan. Maybe we could just do low dosage Celsius. Maybe I should just start like flicking a fucking vial and just only administering myself a proper amount of Celsius. They should not sell it in that dosage though. That's what they shouldn't do. They should absolutely not sell it in that dosage. I feel like lately, especially, you guys have seen a lot of highs and a lot of lows for me. I've just been doing a lot lately. So I try to share all that like as it comes, whether it's good, whether it's bad, the ugly, whatever. So if you've listened to the podcast at all, then you know that I've had some really, really low points, but also some big fun ones as well. Okay. And I'm stronger for them. But the number one thing that I cannot suggest enough, no matter what phase of your life you're in, high, low, whatever, medium, doesn't matter, therapy. Okay. And you might think you don't need it, but I promise you that it'll make you feel so fulfilled after you do it, okay? And I get it. It's daunting to try to find a therapist. I have a lot of friends who actually gave up on the search, especially during COVID, because it just took forever and they felt uncomfortable when therapy is supposed to be the exact opposite of that, all right? But you got to find the right person for you, and it's such a personal preference. I know that. I get that. And I personally use Talkspace to find my therapist because it is exactly the tool that you need for finding the right professional for you. Now, it was convenient to speak to them online, which I loved, and this is my favorite part. I can take my therapy sessions from the place that I feel the most comfortable, my own home, all right? I love how my therapy sessions are online at the ease and comfort of a space that I want to be in, all right? Not a stuffy office. And listen, some people's therapists don't have stuffy offices, but for me personally, I just want to be like in my space and just like feel really like calm and comforted in my home. So Not to mention, all that aside, the affordability of it all. And do we need a helping hand? Yes, but can we all afford it all the time? No, not always. So that's why Talkspace is so passionate about making therapy accessible to everyone. They even have a policy that allows you to cancel and get a prorated refund for unused time should you need to do that, okay? A lot of people wait, I feel like, until something really bad happens in their life and they decide to go to therapy, but I'm here to tell you that therapy is the most cathartic thing that I've ever given myself, and we should all be doing it at all stages and phases in our lives. So therapy can help you shift your perspective, find tools to cope in difficult times, and frankly, just be a guiding light. Now, Talkspace can help with any specific challenges that you might be facing, and it's the #1 online therapy platform with licensed therapists in over 40 specialties. That's including anxiety, depression, substance abuse, relationship issues, and so much more, all right? Talkspace therapy and psychiatry are covered by many insurance plans and employers. Most insured members can pay a copay of $30 or less, and you can easily sign up online and get paired with a licensed provider that's the right fit for your needs, typically within 48 hours too, which is fantastic. No just waiting around. You can also switch providers at no cost, and as a listener of this podcast, you will get $80 off your first month with Talkspace when you go to Talkspace.com/probably and enter promo code SPACE80. To match with a licensed therapist today, go to Talkspace.com/probably and enter promo code SPACE80 to get $80 off your first month. That's Talkspace.com/probably, promo code SPACE80. Moving on, what have I been up to? Next episode we'll talk about, I know you guys want to know about my surprise, I'm married. We'll get to it. Okay, next episode. But what else did I do? Oh, we went to Italy. We went to the UK and it was so sweet. James' whole friend group, those girls that I was telling you about that I'm obsessed with, they threw me a UK hen, so obviously I know, like, you guys try me being like, people in Britain are like so different from us, but like their bachelorette and bachelor party is called a stag and a hen. So James had his stag do is what they call it. So he had his stag do and all of his friends had the best time. They like make him, they call it fancy dress. They like make the groom get in fancy dress. His was like an American cheerleading outfit. It was really funny. Which also, do you guys know that there's no cheerleaders? Cheerleaders are only an American thing. Isn't that crazy? I said that I was like, it's so funny that they made you dress like a cheerleader. And he was like, yeah, I'd get it for America, like, because I married an American. And I'm like, what? Why wouldn't they make you wear a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader's outfit? He was like, fact check it. He was like, no. Like, and then his mom and dad were like, no. Like, cheerleaders are very American things. And then they were laughing. They're like, imagine if we had cheerleaders on the soccer teams, like the football teams. Like, imagine we had rugby cheerleaders. Like, they would get literally like fucking everything thrown at them. I'm like, what? So apparently it's a very American thing. So anyways, it was cute. They made him dress up as like a cheerleader and they had a boat day and they went to this really cool place. And then his friends took me to this pub and it was so fun. They put so much effort into it. They like got me this like crown, this teacup. The teacup was funny. It was like, there's probably jizz in this. They got me little like tattoos that were of James's face. They got me his old rugby jersey, like his last name and his number on it. It was just so fucking cute. And I had the best time. They did all of these like really fun games, which it's funny. Their friend, my friend Grace was like, okay, I have a game. It's basically like British sayings versus American sayings. And honestly, I was like, honey, I've been married to this man. I've been dating this guy. I've been with him for 2.5 years. Okay. Like, I know aubergine is eggplant. Like, I know. Okay. No, I didn't know a single one of these sayings. It was so many sayings. I was like, what the fuck? Like, cod's wallop. And what was the other one that was so weird? Like, Bob's your uncle. I'm like, what? They're like, what do you think it means? I'm like, I don't know. You have an uncle named Bob? Like, I don't know. Anyways, there were so many that were just really funny and it was great. So, our friend Claire, she has a house, her mom has a house in West Wittering, which was beautiful. And it's so funny, you know, people in London and the UK in general, they're obsessed with the weather. It's all they talk about because they don't have great weather all the time, right? I get really lucky. James and I both do. Like, usually when we go back to London, the weather's really nice. And this time in particular, the weather was beyond. It was so nice. And so when I went to the beach, it was really easy for me to like be at this like UK beachside, this like English beachside, and I was just looking and the sun was shining and we were laying out and we were like, they were catching fresh fish and then we were grilling the fish and then eating fish tacos like right there at their, I was like, oh my God, your life is amazing. And they were like, no, this happens 4 times a year. Like, it's normally pissing with rain and like not good weather at all. And I was like, oh, lost the magic a little bit. But like, honestly, no, because it was like the most stunning place ever. What is her name? Who was in Kate Winslet? It was in Titanic, right? Yeah, Kate Winslet has a house in West Wittering. It's just a really beautiful place, like really like quintessential like English like countryside beach town, really awesome. Anyways, had the best few days there with all of his friends, the girlfriends. It was like a girls trip. We just like played board games and just like drank wine and just like like made sandwiches and then took them on like little walks and then we like went and did this yoga and Reiki. I was just like, I just loved it. It was so fun. And then James and I came back. We went to Italy. We went to go look at the wedding venue. So I know that you guys that have been paying attention to this podcast, I keep saying it have planners. We ended up hiring these 2 people. We literally had to, like, I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like between me, my mom, and Marcia, like we can only do so much as far as like planning a wedding in a place that we don't live and don't speak the language. Like I kept like asking for help from like random people that I'd met in Positano, like hotel owners and whatever. And then finally, so where we're having our wedding dinner, the guy that like runs it and who was like in charge of like, you know, giving it, we paid him the deposit and like we were talking to him about like the menu items and whatever. I reached out to him and I was like, do you know anyone that could help me? Like, I don't need a planner because I've planned everything. Like, there's these like last bit of details. And I think I said this on the podcast too, that I'm just like, I can't do these. I don't know how to do these. Like, I really don't. He was like, oh, I do that. And then like, I have a business partner. We do that. And I was like, really? I was like, okay, I trusted them already. I knew that they kind of knew that. But like, also I was just kind of like, okay, they have been the most amazing. Oh my God. Like, I'm not kidding. I don't know what I would do without them. They have been so, so amazing. And yeah, they just like randomly were like, oh, we can help you with that. Sure. And I told them all the stuff that I already had done. I was like, I already did all this. And he was basically like, you kind of planned the wedding, but that's great. But I needed help with like the welcome party. I needed help with like, if we need light, like random shit, like how do I talk to the florist about what I want? Like, where do the tables go? Like, just, you know, that. And of course they'll also be there the day of as our planners. So like they'll be there facilitating everything the day of. And I definitely knew I needed a day of coordinator. And all of you guys are like, you're a crazy bitch for not having a planner, but like promise us you'll get a day of coordinator because you don't need to be handling anything on your wedding day. Neither do your parents or anyone else. I was like, true. So anyways, I've just been so thankful. But basically we had this meeting with the florist and I posted on my Instagram, but like they just straight up, of course they do because they're Italian and we're in Italy. Duh. I don't expect everyone to speak English in front of us, but they just straight up speaking so much Italian. And I'm like, what the fuck are they saying? And James and I are just like, and you feel almost like bad because you're like, they obviously know, like, it's not like we need to be paying attention to them, right? Like when they're in these long conversations in Italian, like we can't be like, because we look dumb. They know we don't speak Italian. So James and I are kind of just like, that's pretty over there. Should we go over here? Should we look over here? And then they'll come back to us and they're like, sorry, this is what we were saying. And then they like break down what they were saying in English, but like, it's all going to be beautiful. And I know y'all don't believe me, but I just don't like, I care deeply about it, of course, but like whatever it looks like my friends and family will be there and like, it's fine. And I know what it'll look like, obviously for the most part. I'm joking when I'm like, it's going to be a surprise party, but like, the wedding celebration itself, like, is such a fun, beautiful thing. Like, I'm like, we're going to be in Positano. Look around. Like, if anyone's like, there's not enough flowers, I'm like, look to your left, look to your right. How pretty is this? Like, I'm not stressed about it. I know that's like kind of giving pick me energy. Like, I'm just a bride who doesn't care. Like, I'm just kind of like, I don't care what happens, but like, dead ass, I'm just like letting the chips fall where they may. Also, because I know I have put a lot of effort into planning this. Like, I have done a lot of planning. I have a lot of stuff set in place, and then these 2 people are helping us plan a lot of extra details. So I'm like, it will be fabulous. Like, it will be amazing and wonderful, and all of our friends and family will be there, and we'll share our love with everyone and get to celebrate like a moment that we had back in July. We'll get to celebrate it with everyone in September, and like, that's a beautiful thing. So I don't know. I'm not stressed in that regard. I'm just kind of like, whatever. We'll all just show up and we'll all look great, and it'll be fantastic. Okay. We had a food tasting. They fed us the whole thing. James, I was actually like literally wanting to throw up. I ate so much, and James just ate all of it. I was like, how are you still eating? But the food is going to be so freaking good. I'm so excited for it. Like, we just tried everything that we're going to have on the menu for dinner, and it was just so good. I've talked about this a lot on the podcast, and I'm a recent home owner, okay, but I rented for, I think, around 12 years of my life, and I always talked about this, like, people are always throwing shade on renting, okay, calling it a bad long-term deal, throwing shade, being like, why don't you just buy, you're throwing money away, aren't you just watching it go down the toilet, but sometimes it's not, homeowning is a big deal, okay, so sometimes everyone is not in the position to buy a whole freaking house, and they need to rent, okay, like myself. So what if I told you that with Built Rewards, your rent money isn't just paying your landlord, it is secretly plotting to fund your future dream home. I wish I knew this back whenever I was renting, okay? Because Built's got the inside scoop on turning your rent into a legit investment in your home ownership journey. This is amazing, okay? Built is breaking ground as the first rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent. And even if you're still rocking the old school rent check vibes, okay, Built Rewards has got your back. They'll mail the check for you. It's like having a personal rent-paying assistant. It's amazing. Every month, pay your rent and watch the Built points roll in. And use points to jet off on a dream vacation. Put your points towards a flight or hotel stay with 500 plus airlines and 700,000 plus plus hotels and properties. Use your points to sweat it out. Redeem your points to book fitness studio classes. You can also use your points towards a future rent payment or towards a future down payment on a home. Pay rent hassle-free through the Built Rewards app. Okay, it's just amazing. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. So Built points have been consistently ranked by the highest value point currency by the Points Guy, we love Brian, and Bankrate. Okay, earn points of paying rent right now when you go to joinbuilt.com/probably. That's JOINBILT.com/probably. Make sure to use my URL so they know that I sent you. Join built.com/probably to start earning points with your rent payments today. So it was just fantastic. James and I had a boat day while we were there. We got to explore Positano together. He and I have never actually been to Positano together. So that was really beautiful because I was slightly embarrassed. We both agreed we would love to have our wedding in Positano, but neither of us had gone together. And so like, we were like, so why Positano? We're like, it's beautiful. I was kind of always embarrassed to not be like, we loved it. Our favorite place to go together is here. But anyways, it was just really beautiful to be there together, to just relax, just enjoy ourselves. And I think I've already said this online, so I don't mind to say it again. The wedding's in September, so it's getting close. I fly to New York in middle of August, mid-August, I think, to go. I was thinking about it when I was there. I was like, oh, I haven't really heard anything about my dress. Like, I went with Bridal Reflections in New York, which is a fantastic, fantastic store. But I was like, not that they need to be updating me, but I'm like, I kind of just like got my dress in February and never checked back in. So I like called him like, hi, this is, and I have two dresses. So I was like, reception dress and a regular dress. I'm like, hi, this is Shannon. And I'm like, it's my wedding's 7 weeks away. So I just figured I would just check in on the dress. And they're like, sure. I'm like, what if they were just like, what dress? What are you talking about? I was like, okay. Anyways, they're like, yep, the dress will be here August 6th. I was like, cool. I'll come to New York. We'll try it on, get any like last minute alterations that I needed done on it. And because it was made to order, so it was like my exact measurements. So hopefully we don't have to like alter too much about it. But yeah, my mom's going to come with me, which was a feat because I'll tell you something. Sharon K, there's absolutely no shade towards New Yorkers. She don't like New York. She don't want to be in New York. She don't like it. She don't want to go there. And I was like, Mom, my dress is ready. She's like, ooh. I was like, I'd love for you to go with me. She's like, of course. I was like, we do have to go to New York. She's like, I'll fly in that morning. I'll leave that night. I was like, okay. All right. So my mom and I are going to do that, which will just be a really fun like mother-daughter bonding moment because she was with me whenever I tried on dresses in Nashville, but I didn't end up going with that dress. And then of course, whenever me and Taylor went to New York to try on dresses, I was FaceTiming my mom the whole time. But like for her to be there with me is like a really special mommy-daughter moment that I'm just really excited for. Also, my mom is just like really good in those situations. Like she's like, this needs to do this, pull this there, move the skirt out more, pull the skirt in. Like, she's just like, she's on it. So I really was like, I need you there. Mom, I need you there. So Sharon K is going to absolutely just slay the house down boots that way. And yeah, we had a boat day. One of the days, I think I already said that, we had a boat day and it was so much fun. We just got to like relax, be on the water. The guy was amazing. If you ever go, I'm giving a shout out, like, because I literally just promised him that I will never stop talking about him. We paid in full, by the way. Like, I didn't get to talking about social media until like maybe like 3/4 of the way through. It just came up in conversation. And he is literally the best. His name is The Lord's Boat. It's in Capri. It's in Positano. It's basically all the Amalfi Coast. You can come anywhere. And I just had the best boat day. So shouts out to Giacomo. Giacomo is how they say it. Giacomo. It's spelled like Giocomo. So I was saying Giacomo, but it's not. It's Giacomo. And that means James in Italian. Whenever he met James, he's like, oh, you're James, I'm James, Giacomo. And I was like, oh, how funny. So anyways, great boat. If you guys want to go somewhere in Italy, if you're on the Amalfi Coast for a boat day, it was wonderful. We got to drive by because, well, I won't spill too many secrets about our wedding actually. So I'll keep some stuff under wraps. Wow, guys, thanks for listening to my extraordinarily long story about my Celsius debacle. The downfall, the doomsday of Celsius. And yeah, I'll be back next week. I love you guys so much. Greenville show tonight. We had a Greenville show last night, obviously. And then I go to Columbia. I'm so excited. The Columbia show that I'm doing is at this place called The Senate, and it's connected to Tin Roof. Like, literally, name a more perfect place for me to have my hometown show than that. Love you guys so much. And don't forget about the merch that I showed you guys in the beginning of this. If you had been to a show before, any of the show from this last run, those iconic merch tour shirts, Mayo tour shirts are on sale, and they're so fucking cute, so soft, such a good color blue. So check them out. Love ya. Bye.